I guess it leads us to something that I heard a lot of even other lecturers speak about in this death life thing that we're experiencing, which is karma.
Yeah.
How does karma come into this whole scenario?
Okay. Two kind of karmas. The karma that most people are aware of, I'll just pass it. Most people are aware of. The karma that most people are aware of is a much more personal concept or an individual concept that's blown out of proportion.
Okay.
Obviously, it can't be no universal thing because the white boy bear witness, because if there was anything such as karma, he should have been off the planet.
Right.
Because they have violated every damn law that lets you know that obviously, obviously this word, this thing that you call karma, doesn't apply. Because he said, look, I have done everything on this planet in which you could say the word karma, which is nothing but the East Indian word for sin. You see what I'm saying? I have done everything that violated every law known to man that I should have been off this motherfucker. If it was based on you reap what you sow.
Right.
Well, the karma must love him because they sure got a long time coming when it come to him. Now, this is the problem. The karma that it was talking about had two aspects to it. It was an individual thing that you create in your own self based on your heart. You see what I'm saying? And it has an interaction with your soul and its relationship to the world around it and how you create your own reality based on what you do, a series of things that you do that lines up with your soul and where your soul is. You understand where I'm coming from? But this whole concept, so they took a individual concept of you mastering your own domain and turned it into a universal concept that if I step on this roach, I'm going to have karma. So they made it so what happened here is you got to understand the difference here. By the time it gets to the Buddhists or the Tibetans, they're separated from the original Vedic system by thousands and thousands of years. And although it can be 2,000 to 3,000 years ago that these concepts got blown away, it's still a late concept and a degraded concept compared to the original inception of this shit. And so we're looking back to something that's 2,000 years old and going, well, it must be the truth because it's old. No, that's young. It might be old to you, but compared to the original concept, it was separated down there 10,000 years. So that means it's a degraded form that got out of hand and stuff. So by the time the Buddhists come, they're separated from the original concept down there 10,000 years. Because the original ones is Kushite that come out of Ethiopia. But even when it settled that particular land of India, it was thousands and thousands of years before the time you get the Buddhist concept, which is nothing but their form of fundamentalism, moralism. So they took this individual concept of something highly metaphysical, the cause and effect of your own self, and put it on this shit as a universal thing of karma like sin. And the shit is fake. It doesn't exist.
Thank you.
You see what I'm saying? And it only exists on the individual level. You make that. But on the other hand, if you are aware of it and simply understand that you have the choice to say, there ain't no karma, and by you being the God of that, guess what? The cause and effect don't apply to you. You can kill who the hell you want.
Yeah, that's right.
It's all based on what you're programmed to do. Now, if you're programmed that this thing is going to be detrimental to you, then guess what? Your soul or your subconscious mind acts upon it, and so therefore, you have sinned. You have this karma on you. But if you don't have those particular concepts, because you know the higher truth, then you understand that in actuality they don't apply to you. So in so many words, going back, there's this demiurge crew that want to rule with a tight fist. And what they have done is they've gone in and they have lied. Now I know this for a fact. I have had, based on channels, entities come and tell me flat out lies. That's why one thing that you should do when you channel Number one, you should pick a deity that is on your side, that is on your corner. And you should always ask that deity. You should never ask the question in a channel or a psychic phenomenon with a deity that you don't know. Just put it out there. Because it can be thousands of entities that will come down. Some of them, your enemies, to tell you a lie and steer you away. There was one sister was excellent psychic. And she said, oh, no, I just asked the universe. I'm like, you damn fool. You know how many motherfucking idiots is in the universe and thugs and cutthroats? Motherfuckers that you call gods is in the universe because they don't have a physical body. Right. They still can communicate with you. Oh, don't worry about it. Hey, we rolling. It's the knowledge, not, and, if a person that superficial, this chair is more important than the energy and the stuff that we're giving out. They are really not there yet. So that's a checkpoint to see, whether you there or not. So, and I said, are you crazy? You have to pick a specific deity or a principality, what side that lines up with your soul, because you got people that lie to you. And so therefore some of these concepts get muddled, and it's misinformation that was wrong channels because there were some deities that want to put a group of people on lockdown. And then all of a sudden karma becomes just like sin. You step on a roach, then you in trouble. In that particular case, just like the sin, why even be down here? Because everything you do is wrong. But then again, these same people understood Maya and understood that if this is an illusion, how could karma apply any damn way in an illusion? Something that's not real. Right. And the only reality is what your subconscious mind makes reality for you. And it's a series of programming. It's no different when Neil was jumping off the building and he fell. When he fell and bounced and hit and splattered on the thing, the problem was is in his mind, he was programmed to when you fall, you're going to get hurt. So when he fell, you see what I'm saying? That's what happened. It was only when he could program his mind to say this is only an illusion that he was able to fly by the next movie. And it was the same thing what happened when the guy said, he said, why did I beat you? He said, you better than me. He said, do you think this surrounding have anything to do? He said, you don't understand. Your problem is not in your technique. It is in your mind.